Dragon's Dogma 2 is an ambitious, narrative-driven RPG dropping in a week, and I'm going to throw everything at you that you need to know about this game in less than 10 minutes, so let's jump into it. If you want to skip to a certain part of the video, then check the chapter list down below, and smash that like button if you found this video helpful. 30 FPS. So yes, I'm a console player, but it goes without saying, FPS means a lot to a lot of people out there. The best place to play this game is going to be the PC version. There you will be able to play the game at an uncapped frame rate of about 30 FPS that will of course be even better if you have a good rig. For us console players, after a lot of testing and reviews that have already dropped for the game so far, we will be sitting at an uncapped frame rate of 30 FPS, which in certain situations it may drop down to about 20. I'm not really an FPS type of guy, but I do enjoy a couple of games out there that are only 30 FPS. With that being said, it's something that you're definitely going to have to consider before picking up this game. 10 vocations. There are 10 vocations revealed to us in the base game, which are Fighter, Mage, Thief, Archer, Magic Archer, Warrior, Sorcerer, Mystic Spearhand, Trickster, and the Warfare. Bro, I dropped the video about the Warfare the other day. That was a speculation of me just, peeping the brand new trailer. And you guys came through in the comments and let me know that every single Warfare that was posted in that video had 3 vocations attached to them, which I find to be pretty OP. But at the same time, we all kind of came to the same consensus that there has to be a gimmick, and to make sure that they're not the most powerful, most broken thing in the game, they're going to be weaker than the actual master classes of each individual vocation. I am personally getting hyped for the Mystic Spearhand, and I have my eye on the Warfare, but we'll see what happens when the game drops. Single player and the pawn system. Dragon's Dogma 2 is a single player game, but you won't be alone during your journey. You will be accompanied by AI controlled pawns. Pawns are beings in the game that are sworn to serve and die alongside the Arisen, which is your character. With the use of a clever system the dev teams have developed, these pawns will communicate and give us quest information and give us environmental information as we explore out in the open world. If a friend or another player has a pawn in their employ and they find or finish a certain quest, and then you use that same pawn as a part of your team when you play the game, that pawn can give you hints and or show you the right direction to go for some of the quests in the game. This is going to be an extremely helpful system to share knowledge amongst the community, and some pawns may even be able to help you collect items around the world and speak Elvish, which can really be a turning point in your playthrough. Only one save slot. Dragon's Dogma quests will come with consequences, and to drive that narrative home, the dev team have only given us a single save slot. With that in mind, every choice you make in the game will be crucial to the interactions that you have with the NPCs in the game, and failure to finish a quest or complete a quest can change the outcome of how some NPCs even interact with you entirely. So you might not want to ignore my mans when he tells you that his son is missing. Limited fast travel. So the fast travel system in the game is extremely scarce. You may come across a convoy you may ride to get to a location, or in the original Dragon's Dogma, there was the use of a stone called a fairy stone. You could use a fairy stone in order to teleport yourself to either a port key or one of the main cities. Planning out your trip before leaving any big city, inn, or campsite is probably going to be life or death. Running around on foot. You will be traveling on foot for most of your playthrough throughout this game. Exploring all the different caverns and corners in the world will be key in order to unlocking and revealing the quest. While traversing the terrain in Batal, the land of the Beastren, clever strategy and the use of your pawns and enemies will be essential in order for you to survive. You don't need to play Dragon's Dogma. I got a full video talking about if you should play Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen right here on the channel, so you can go ahead and check that out and come back when you finish. But ultimately, you do not need to play the previous title. In a recent interview between game director Hideaki Itsuno, he states that because of plot armor, aka amnesia, the MC forgets everything and starts in this new world. And the narrative is written so that this is a new Arisen going through the same journey or cycle, so you really get a fresh start when you start up the game. Dynamic environments and monsters. NPCs in the world can die, and with that, the use of wake stones that you find can bring them back to life. However, if you wait too long before trying to bring them back, they could be gone forever, which is going to shape the world around you and really make this feel like a living environment. There are also colossal monsters that you want to hunt down, find, and fight, and you'll have to climb on the top of them and attack their weak spots in order to take them down. Limited guidance. For some quests, you will either use the knowledge of your pawns in a party or talk to the NPCs in the world to get more context so you know where to go. Some quests are time sensitive, and other quests you may not even be able to complete at certain times of the day. So checking back often in each location if you're feeling lost or if you can't move on may be crucial to your progression. Also, switching out the pawns in your party to gather more information might help the experience. Monster Hunter was one of my favorite series of all time, so I'm really excited to see exactly how we interact with these colossal monsters and the gaming loop. No target lock-on. This game, like other Monster Hunter titles, does not have a target lock-on system, so you're really going to have to get good, get your positioning just right so that you can climb on top of all of these enemies, cast correctly so you can take them out. It's going to be a love-hate situation for a lot of us, so I guess we're just going to have to go hard or go home. Game difficulty. In an interview with USA Today and director Itsuno-san, he states, in terms of difficulty as an action game, the main change is they created a system that optimizes the difficulty according to the player. Now, this is just speculation on my part, but what I feel like this means is the game is going to adjust to our encounters and the way we interact with the enemies and how we defeat them. So let's just say we probably pull up on a quest and you constantly die over and over. Maybe the next time when you show up to that quest, the monsters that you encounter might be a little bit weaker or not as intense as the previous monsters that probably took your life. That's kind of what I'm expecting to happen. That doesn't mean that's the case, but it's really going to be interesting to see how all of that pans out. Director Itsuno-san states that this game is going to be flat out more difficult than the previous game. And you're really going to have to be creative and truly learn the role of your character and the makeup of your team. Synergy will be key for the success in some challenging encounters to defeat a lot of the enemies. Now, all the glazing aside, that sounds like a game that I'm trying to play. The character creator demo. So Capcom dropped a character creation demo so that you can create your main pawn and your main character right now. I've already spent about 25 hours creating all different types of insane characters on the channel. So if you need some inspiration or some ideas, go ahead and check those videos out. I'll leave a link to them all down in the description below. If you like this video, then go ahead and smash that like button for me and sub to the channel so that you don't miss out on my future Dragon's Dogma 2 content coming real soon. Thanks for watching this video all the way to the end, and I appreciate your time. But for now, I'm out of here.